Hi there, my name is Dr. Alex, and I will be doing your exam today. The exam today is a cranial nerve exam, so this is going to check all of your senses, your olfactory sense, so your sense of smell, your vision, and your sense of hearing. This should be a relatively relaxing and calming exam. I know that some people get nervous coming to the doctor's office, which I completely understand, but this should overall be a very relaxing procedure. I will be taking notes throughout the process. Is that okay with you? Okay, wonderful. So, let me just write down some of your details. Okay. So, the assessment will begin with just a visual assessment of your facial features to make sure there's no glaring issues that I should be aware of. Any sort of asymmetricalities, any loss of sensation, or anything that you've noticed recently that you would like me to be aware of. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to take a look at your face. I won't touch you. There is a point in the exam where I will touch your face, but I will put on gloves by then. Don't worry. Okay. So let me just take a look at your face. Can you move your head side to side, please, for me? Thank you so much. Okay. So I don't see anything, any big issues that should be worrying. So that's good. Let me just write that down. And we can proceed with the rest of the exam. So, the first part of the exam is going to be testing your olfactory sense. So, what we're going to do is I have 3 bottles of essential oils. They all have different but very strong scents. So the goal of this exam is to make sure that you can smell each of these and differentiate them. So this is the first one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cotton round and put some of the scent on it, and then you can tell me what the scent is. Well, you can tell me 1, whether you can smell it, and then 2, what the scent is. Is that clear? Okay, wonderful. So, go ahead and take a sniff of that. Okay, so could you smell it? Okay, and then what scent could you smell? Okay, wonderful, yes. So that was peppermint, and you absolutely got it correct. So that is good. Moving on to the next scent. Can you smell that for me? Okay. Can you smell it? Wonderful, yes. So that was lemon. Okay. And then we have one last test. Go ahead and smell that for me. Okay. And what did you smell? Yes. Okay. Wonderful. So it seems like your olfactory sense is working perfectly fine. So that is what we love to see. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So the next thing that we're going to look at is your vision. So I'm just going to take a quick look at your pupils, make sure they are the same size. Okay, they look fine. Then I'm just going to ask you to cover one eye and read the third line of the vision test. Okay. And then can you read the sixth line for me? And then can you cover your other eye, please? Great. And can you read the sixth line again? And the seventh line. Okay. Wonderful. So you don't wear glasses or anything like that? Okay. Good. And then I'm going to go ahead and test your periphery. So let me know if you can see my fingers wiggling. Okay. Can you see them still? Then how about now? Okay. Let's do it on this side. Can you see my fingers? How many fingers am I holding up? Okay. And then this side. Can you see my fingers? How many fingers am I holding up? Okay. Wonderful. And then I'm just going to ask you to focus on my finger and then focus on the painting behind and then focus on my finger again. Okay. Focus on my finger. Focus on the painting behind. Focus on my finger. Focus on the painting behind. Focus on my finger. Okay. Great. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to use my light. It's a little bit bright, but I'm just going to use it to test your pupil dilation. So I'm going to shine the light into each eye. Okay. And this eye. Okay. Do it one more time. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to shine my light across your field of vision. Just follow my light. Follow my light. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So what we would expect is when a bright light shines at your eyes, we would expect your pupils to get smaller. And then when we remove the light, we expect your pupils to get larger at the same rate as each other. And yes, your pupils are fine. Everything looks good. Next, we're going to follow my finger with both of your eyes. Please follow my finger with both of your eyes as it moves across your field of vision. Follow my finger. Yep, don't move your head, just move your eyes. Okay. Do you ever see two fingers instead of one? Okay. Was there any blurring? No. Okay. And then we're going to do a blind spot test. So cover one eye for me. And I'm going to move my pen across your field of vision. And you just tell me when it leaves your field of vision, when you can no longer see it. There? Okay. And then cover your other eye, and we'll do it again. So tell me when you can no longer see the pen. Okay. Great. Yeah. So your periphery seems fine. No blind spots, no blurring. Your eyes move smoothly together as you are following my finger. So it all looks good. Now I'm going to put on my gloves. And I'm going to feel around your face a little bit. So basically, I'm going to use both hands to lightly palpate your face. One, I'm looking for anything that feels unusual. But two, you need to tell me if either part of your face feels different. So I'm going to use the same pressure in both of my hands, and if any point one side feels different than the other, you just let me know, okay? Starting with your forehead, do both sides feel the same? Okay. Moving down to your cheeks, and then down to your jaw. Okay. Do both sides feel the same? Okay. Let's just take off one glove to take notes. So, Both sides felt the same. Great. I didn't feel any sort of abnormalities, so that is good. Next, I'm going to ask you to clench your teeth. And then open your mouth. And then clench your teeth again. And then open your mouth. Yeah, I'm just gonna feel your jaw as you do it. So clench your teeth again. Okay, great. And do you ever have issues with chewing or with clenching your teeth? Okay, next I'm going to ask you to make a few facial expressions for me so we can test your facial muscles. So first, can you raise your eyebrows for me? Yes, both of them. Okay, then can you smile? Can you smile for me? Can you puff out your cheeks? And then can you scrunch your eyes closed? Okay, great. Okay, now I'm going to test your hearing. So I'm going to whisper a phrase into your ear, and you can tell me what the phrase is, okay? Okay, here we go. Apple, banana, mango, smoothie. Apple, banana, mango, smoothie. Apple, banana, mango, smoothie. Okay, what was I saying? Okay. Wonderful. Now I'm going to whisper in this ear. Watermelon, strawberry, blueberry, smoothie. Watermelon, strawberry, blueberry, smoothie. Watermelon, strawberry, blueberry, smoothie. Can you tell me what I was saying? Okay. Great. And were both ears the same volume? Okay, so no differences between your ears? Wonderful. Now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and I'm going to rub my fingers next to one of your ears, and you just tell me which one, okay? Okay. Okay, great. So your sense of hearing seems fine. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to open ah and say ah for me, and I'm going to use my little light to look at your throat. Okay. Ah. Okay, wonderful. So your throat looks fine. Do you ever have any trouble swallowing? No? Okay. Can you just swallow for me? Great. Okay. Now I'm just going to put my glove back on. Okay. So now I'm going to press down on both of your shoulders, and I'm going to ask you to try to shrug them up. So you should feel some resistance against my hands, and you're going to shrug both of them at the same time. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to do this one. Okay, and this one. Okay. Do you feel more resistance in one of them than the other? Okay, great. Now I'm going to ask you to turn your head, and I'm just going to lightly touch your chin and ask that you try to turn your head in the other direction. So you should feel some resistance from my hand. And then turn it the other direction. Yep. And you're going to try to push against my hand so that you can turn your head. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to look at your tongue. So can you stick your tongue out for me? And can you move your tongue from left to right, please? Yeah. It might feel a little goofy, but I promise it's fine. Okay, that's easy. Okay, wonderful. And then I'm going to place my hand on your cheek, and what I'd like you to do is try to push your cheek out with your tongue. So, yeah, you're going to feel some resistance from my hand. Okay. And then okay. How did that feel? Okay. Everything felt normal? Both sides felt the same? Okay. Wonderful. So that is the end of the exam. Based on these tests, you seem perfectly healthy. You have no issues with any of your senses. You have no divergence between your left and right sides. Your pupils dilate correctly. So everything looks good. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Well, if anything changes, if suddenly one side feels weaker than the other, or your eyes are different sizes, or, if anything changes at all, please come see me. Yeah. But as of now, you are perfectly healthy. You have no issues. So, yeah, there are no worries here. If you have no questions, of course, if you think of a question, feel free to call my office, email me. I'm more than happy to answer. But if you have no questions for now, you can just go see Jenny at the secretary's desk, and she will book your next appointment. Yeah, well, it was so lovely to meet you. I hope this process wasn't too nerve-wracking for you. Okay, I'm glad. I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a nice